stop watching news. So the other day I was talking with my barber when I went to cut my hair, and he always would keep telling me about the news going on in the world, in our country where we live in, what's happening, what disasters, who died, who, the new politics, and all of that. And I'm just sitting there thinking, sure, that's all great, but how would this benefit me? Genuinely. This all takes mental capacity. Every single news out there that you watch. You stop thinking independently. Literally, when you consume what other people's literally have made addictive, not only that, it actually also, how do you say, not really great. Now, of course, I don't mean to shit on news, politics. I'm just saying that you don't need to spend your precious time on learning every single thing happening around you. Be the weird kid who's like doesn't know anything about it. Literally, everyone comes to me and says, "Oh, bro, have you heard that story? Have you seen that news where someone, I don't know, happened?" And I'm like, "No." "Oh, yeah, yeah. Do you want me to tell you?" "No, I'm not interested. Why would I? My mind is focused on something else. This is unnecessary." Now, of course, personally, once a year, I do watch news as well. But hear me out. There's a reason behind it. If you want to become an entrepreneur, a business owner, you have to understand that you cannot, and I literally mean it, you cannot not look at the politics, because it literally determines where your business is headed towards. Why? Because, my friend, with every single new politician, there is new politics of business ownership, of tax, basically taxes, of new laws, and those are important things. If you close your eyes on that and you don't adjust your business according to the politics of the country you live in, guess what's gonna happen? Your business is gonna fall down. You will most likely become bankrupt. This is the issue with the people who are ignorant with the fact that what can politics do with them. As I said, don't really go deep into politics as some people are. Don't get too deep into news, into whatever happens in your circle around you, unless it genuinely touches your own life. Until that happens, do not even bother looking at the news whatsoever. This happened to me as well. I can tell you a story. When I was a kid, I always thought that watching news is cool. So imagine like young me, like 14, 13, no, sorry, like 12-year-old me, right? Usually watching some Cartoon Network, some all of these kid channel, some TV shows. And I usually watch some cartoons, but this time I want to become an adult and I'm gonna watch some news. And I'm sitting there watching some news, and the dude's like talking on the camera. "Oh yeah, so a disaster happened. So yeah, what's your opinion on this?" And someone else is talking like, "Oh yeah, so many people have died. The disaster happened." And I'm like watching this, like, what's happening? I don't understand. And now, after watching news for a couple of minutes, I'm like, screw it. I'm not gonna watch it anymore. This shit was so funny, man. Genuinely, I genuinely thought that watching news makes you an adult because I would always see my dad, my granddad, always watch news. But who would have ever known that watching news is actually it's boring as fuck, and until it genuinely touches your own life, it's unnecessary. It takes the mental capacity. Now, imagine if your brain has like, brain points every single time you wake up, or let's say brain currency, right? You have 200 brain dollars. Let's call it brain dollars. And every single action you do, take you give your brain dollars to do the particular action. And by you watching news, you also give mental brain dollars. And guess what's gonna happen once your once your mental brain dollars is gone? You will not be able to focus properly. You will not be able to work, to deep work on something meaningful for you. And so, no wonder people say that the most important work, the most deep work, should be done in the morning, right after you woke up. Because your brain is fresh, your mind is clear, you have no brain fog whatsoever, and you will be able to perform 10 times better than if you decided to work at the evening or maybe even nighttime. Simple as that. Now, this was kind of an off topic, but I just mean to say that watching news for just sole purpose of knowing everything what's going on around you is pointless. As I said, sure, you can watch it, but only if it's genuinely needed for you, your business, and fuck it, not even only business. If you're just an employee, that watching news and understanding the politics of your country is also necessary. Now, for instance, with with the help of AI, I'm trying to look for a country with the suitable politics for my own business so that I will be able to scale it up very big. For example, in Turkey, business ownership is kind of tough. The reason for that is the unstable currency, the inflation, which every year it goes at least 25%, at least, which is absolutely crazy. And taxes. You pay 50, like 45, almost 50% of taxes. For what? Genuinely. I don't even see fucking improvements in my own city. Why do I have to pay so much taxes? And so, that is exactly why I'm trying to look for a country with a suitable politics for my future business so that not only I will thrive, but also the country that I live in would also be happy of having me, someone like me. I'm a hard worker. I love to learn, love to read. Everyone would love to have me as a business owner. So, a short summary of this 10-minute video. Watching news is pointless unless you want to find out the politics of the country you live in for opening a business, or maybe if you're an employee and to find out the taxes, about all of that stuff. just watching the politics only is also pointless. If you're watching for entertainment, you're already doing it wrong way. Become an adult, man. Stop doing everything for just entertainment. Yeah, that's the third point. Stop doing everything for just entertainment. You're not a kid anymore. Grow up. I'm 21 years old, and I'm already thinking in decades. That should tell you something. And now, yeah, I think that's it. Just become more responsible and graduate from childhood to adulthood. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you're like at least 18 years old. And if you're at least 18 years old, your life just started. It's an interesting point. I've heard someone said that if you're 18 years old, you're technically just born. Your life just started. So before 18, let's say you were figuring things out. You were thinking about stuff, you were trying stuff. Because who can become a business owner at 10 years old? Now, sure, someone maybe can, which is like very exceptional case. But generally speaking, usually it's after 18. Your life starts after you become an adult. So technically, since I'm 21 years old, I'm only 3 years old. I've been adult for 3 years. And for the first 2 years, I screwed up everything. And I don't mean to screw up again. That's it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. Remember, belief plus action equals correction.